Quake Champions is a first-person arena shooter developed by id Software in cooperation with Saber Interactive. Released in 2017, Quake Champions is the sixth Quake game in the franchise. The Quake franchise is the spiritual successor to the popular Doom series, a series that pretty much put arena shooters on the radar of every gamer. While Doom made arena shooters a popular genre to play, it was the Quake series that evolved the technology used to make the games faster and smoother. And of all the arena shooters, Quake is probably the fastest. The game evolved to be truly skill-based, and being good meant that you had to play for hours till your hands felt like they were going to fall off. It's this arena-style competition that turned the Quake games into multiplayer legends and made them so much fun to play. But years later, gamers have been introduced to so many new first-person shooter franchises, all good in their own right. Which brings the question, is Quake Champions a game worth trying now? Or are the fast-paced arena shooters of yesteryear dead? Let's find out together in today's Times 2 review. Hey guys, Extermicide here, and I'm here with my buddy Ark.
Hi guys, how you doing today?
And it's time for another Times 2 review, and tonight we are reviewing Quake Champions. Gotta ask, buddy, did you ever play Quake in the day?
I played it when it first when it first came out, when it was like it was Minecraft pixels. That was my Quake days, so that shows you how old I am. So no,
one of the early renditions.
Yeah, right. No, it's been a very long time since I played it.
Okay, so Quake Champions came out in 2017. It's technically still considered to be in a beta, but you know, they will eventually probably, hopefully someday, do a full release of it, but it's already been out for since 2017. But they're constantly updating it. So Bethesda Softworks is the publisher, and the developer is id Software in cooperation with Saber Interactive. I remember playing the Quake back in the day, and that Quake was one of the very fastest of your first-person shooters. It was called Twitch shooters back then.
Yeah,
they're called arena shooters now.
Yep.
And these are games that, in order to be good, you had to play many hours. You know. So I'm expecting that we're going to get our asses kicked tonight, because it's been a long time since I played any kind of Twitch shooter or arena shooter. And, you know, I've been playing games like Battlefield and Call of Duty, which are considerably slower in style to this kind of game. All right, so let's go into quick play. I'm going to tag Team Deathmatch, Deathmatch. Let's just stick with those two modes. I don't know how many people are actually even logged into Quake Champions these days, but you always know that Team Deathmatch and Deathmatch are going to have people playing them. So by default, it looked like we both took the default character of Ranger. Okay, I'll switch him up after this match.
Not too long.
Actually, that's pretty impressive that it found the match that quick.
Vote now.
All right, vote on our map. I went Tempest Shrine. And we're playing Deep Imprints. Okay. So it's everybody against everybody. All right, your ass is mine.
All right, let's see who kills who first.
You may get that lucky shot and get me first and everything. It's who gets who the most.
It's gonna be that stray shot come out of nowhere. Looks like a reptilian dude. Look at that.
Ranger reporting. Round begins in 3, 2, 1. Fight.
I love the graphics.
Oh, and I fall. Oh, looked like I got lucky and found an AFKer.
Oh, come on now. Oh, shoot. Oh, you got me. There you go. First blood.
Incoming protection.
That's the second time I got you.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I got 2 kills, both you.
Great.
Quad spawn. Protection spawn. Enemy has the quad. Enemy has the protection.
Gotta step it up, brother. You're in last place.
Oh, I know. Oh, man.
Have a case.
I'm not impressed with that shotgun. Even at close range, I can't seem to be doing a whole lot with it.
God dang, I'm like right on top of this guy and freaking missing him. Like I said, don't judge me. It's been freaking years.
It's a very small map, man. You're right on top of everybody.
Incoming quad. Incoming protection.
God dang it. I can see me swearing a lot by the end of the night.
Enemy has the quad. Protection spawned. Enemy has the protection.
Yeah, it's definitely fast paced for sure. And I almost think like the red gun's the meta gun right now.
Enemy has the protection.
Dang.
Nice shot.
That was like a hip shot.
You got me.
Ugh.
God damn it. Oh, I have fallen to last place.
Why is that guy look like he's like dual wielding a blue gun?
5-minute warning.
Did you see that? Looked like he was holding 2 blue guns. Like they had 2 rays coming off his hands.
Could be one of his perks.
Incoming quad. Revenge. From the grave. Incoming
Alright, you're back in
protection.
last place.
15 frags left. Quad spawned. Protection spawned. Enemy has the quad. Enemy has the quad. Enemy has the protection.
God damn it, that quad.
Enemy has the protection.
Yeah, I wonder if they have, like, obviously they built up perks, because it just seems like it just takes me a long time to try to do something where it just doesn't take them much to pop me one time and kill me. Die! Oh man, dang it.
Oh, I ran into a little off cavern, but it was a place you're not supposed to go, so it was suicide.
10 frags left.
Oof. This Armand dude is just whooping me.
Incoming quad. Incoming protection.
So we're having a competition of who is the least worst shooter.
Enemy has the protection.
You're beating me, this can't be.
3 frags left.
Oh, for the love of Pete. Yeah, I mean, if you could get the red gun, I think that you can aim, you can kind of anticipate your shot. Those things got a huge splash damage. Damn.
Enemy has the protection. Revenge. Showstopper. 1 frag left.
Dang it.
6th place.
I beat
Yes! Yes! It's my all-time high.
Oh, I got killed at the
Wow.
last freaking second, dude.
2.2 KDR for that dude. Good God.
That's someone who has spent a lot of hours playing this. All right, you ready to score this?
Yes, I am.
All right, before we start, I actually want to say that if you have played these kind of games in the past and everything, and you're coming back into it years later, this game is tough. It's not going to just be a walk through the park, but with any type of game, the more you play it, the better you'll get. And we noticed that when we started playing at the beginning, we were getting owned, and by the time we stopped playing, we were still getting owned, but our kills and everything were much higher than the beginning. So, you know, if you're going to play it, just stick with it and you will get better over time. Anyway, we're going to start off scoring this with graphics. Art, go ahead and start us off with that.
I was very impressed with how the characters looked, and I was very impressed with how the weapons look, the characters look. I really liked the selections of different types of characters you could play and everything. Everything was visually appealing, so I'm gonna give it a 19.
I couldn't agree with you more. I thought the maps looked really fantastic. They were dark, they were ominous. Every map felt different from every other map. The character models, the character skins were just really good looking. The weapons were good looking. The effects from the fired weapons were good looking. I enjoyed it. I'm going to go with 19 also. Next, we have sound and music. With sound, I'm going to say that the sound was just actually really dead on. The weapons sounded like they should for each weapon. Everything from the rocket launcher to the shotgun to the railgun, they all had their own unique sound. Other ambient sound effects in the game, there was, you know, just little sound effects that were going on in the background to add this creepy type ambience that was going on. Hitting a jump pad and just, you know, the sound when it would spring you in the air. Or my favorite sound throughout the whole freaking game was the announcer that was just announcing the game. I thought the sound was absolutely great, and the music was like this hard rock / goth type ominous soundtrack that just fit the atmosphere of the game. So sound and music I was very impressed with. I'm going with a 20 on it.
I felt very immersed into the moment. I think the sounds of the weapons were fun. I was just really impressed with everything, and so I'm gonna give that a 19 again.
Next was UI and menus. Go ahead and start us off with that.
I think it's pretty straightforward. I think that the UI, you know, there isn't really a whole lot of buttons to figure out, and if it is, it's very self-explanatory. So I didn't have any problems whatsoever. So for myself, I'm just going to go ahead and just give it a 20, actually.
Yeah, the UI, well, there really wasn't much of a UI. So, you know, really we're talking about the menus, and the menu systems were situated very nicely. There, I mean, again, you got your video options, your audio options, everything was easy to find. And if you didn't know what something was, all you had to do was kind of mouse over it, and it would give you like a little dialogue box that would actually explain what it was, which was a nice little feature to add in there. So I thought the menus were really spot on. I don't think they could have done them any better. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 20 also. Next is gameplay and combat. And that's all this game was about. So I'll let you go ahead and go first with this.
So for me, this was extremely fast paced. And for those who like that, bam, 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 quick moving, quick eye reflexing, you know, I think this is definitely the game for you. I think this is, it was a lot of fun, especially coming from so many years from having been playing it. Definitely a huge learning curve on my part, but I think for those seasoned players that are used to the FPS, I think this would be a great game. So the gameplay is on spot. So again, I'm going to give it a great review. So I'm going to give it a 19.
This game was all about the speed and the momentum. It was just really fast paced, and the way the characters felt, the way they responded to your every move was just quick, but so freaking dead on and accurate. You didn't feel like, you know, you pressed a button and you had to wait a millisecond for it to happen. It was just instantaneous. Back in the day, when I used to play Doom and Quake and everything, you know, this is pre-streaming era, you know, showing my age here, but we didn't have a Twitch back then. So back then, this was called a Twitch shooter because, you know, just the type of movement in the game was just fast and furious. We called them Twitch shooters. Now they're called arena shooters, and it's the same thing. It's a fast and furious type of combat. It's not like your battlegrounds that are you know, that you see in like Call of Duty or Battlefield and everything, which are a bit more slower in action. These are this type of game is just very, very fast. So if you're one of these guys that really wants to test your reflexes, or, you know, maybe work on speeding them up a little bit, it's a perfect game for something like that. I can actually see this being one of those games too, like if you had an injury to maybe your wrist, you know, or something, maybe your arm was in a cast for a while, and when you get that cast off, load this game up and play it for a little bit. It'd be freaking good therapy to get your, you know, your reflexes back up. I'm going to go ahead and give the gameplay and the combat for this a 20. I thought it was perfect. Cash Shop Pay to Win. Ark.
So I'm looking at the selections, and yeah, there's good and bad with this, because I'm looking at the bundles, and you can see that obviously there's gear and there's things that you can get from those, which is not a bad thing. I mean a haze potion, that could be an issue, you know, but I really love the idea of how you can use probably your in-game shards to make money in the game. Therefore, you can actually put your time vested into getting these characters. And I'm really impressed with all these different characters that you can really pick from. Very specific. You can find one that maybe caters to specifically how you play. And I can see people getting really into this. And so for the pay to win, not so much. I think this one here, this is really for like cosmetic stuff. And regardless of what you have, you still got to be a good hand and eye coordination. So I don't think it really makes a difference. So for myself, I'm actually going to probably give a decent one, not a huge one. I'm going to say probably 15.
Yeah, I didn't see much in the line of pay to win in the cash shop. So it's free to play, and every game that's free to play has to make their money somehow. You know, they need to pay for these servers to keep the game up and running and everything. The fact that you log in and you only have a choice of one of 3 characters, one being the one that you chose when you first logged in, but then the other 2 kind of being a 7-day trial, and then they kind of alternate out, and then they give you a trial to try some of the other characters. I actually, you know, to be fair, I think that's a pretty fair way of doing it. You know, you try a character for 7 days, and if you like it, buy it. You know, some people are going to mesh with certain characters and certain play style. No one can tell you how to play one of these games. It's just, you know, whatever feels best for you. And maybe the one character you chose in the beginning is not the character that's going to give you that top score. But when you try one of these other characters out, it's like, whoa, okay, this one feels right to me. Okay, I like this guy's special perks and everything. This is my game style. I just think it's a great way of doing it and everything. So Cash Shop, I can't really fault it all that much. Yeah, I'm not in agreement with the haste potions like you said, but I am going to go a little bit lower on my score, but still be pretty generous. I'm going to go with a 17. So adding my scores together, I came up with a total of 96.
And I added mine up and I came up with 92.
Adding those scores together, we get a total of 188. And dividing it by 2, since there's 2 of us playing, gives us a final score of 94. Which gives us a final letter grade of... With a grade of A, this game exceeds most expectations and is definitely worth checking out. Even if you don't stay with the game long term, this is definitely one to try at least once just so you can say that you tried it. Regardless, it's definitely worth your time and hard drive space. Anyways, that's it for our ×2 review for this game. We hope you enjoyed it and found it informative, and we will catch you again on the next ×2 review.